Hi everybody, this is Laura, City Scrapper. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today I have a die haul for you. Most of them were purchased recently. A few of them were purchased a little while ago. I'll let you know which ones are which. I have dies from AliExpress, from Tuesday Morning. I have some that I got directly from England. I have some from HSN, Spellbinders, Pink Fresh Studio, the Dollar Store, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, lots of different dies to show you. I'm going to start off with the AliExpress dies. This die has branches and it also has some flourishes in it. I can never get enough of these types of dies. I love using them on my layouts. I'm a really big Halloween fan, so I'm always looking for cool dies to use on my Halloween layouts. Here's a little cemetery. Here are some pine cones. In addition to the pine cones, though, there are a number of branches, and I really like these pine branches going in two different directions. Here are some leaves or branches. We have big, medium, and small, and I love the way they have some buds and smaller leaves on the top. Here we have some leaves that can be put behind flowers, and I really like the way there are 3 different sizes. I have a little obsession with poinsettia dies. I don't know why. It seems like every time I see them, I pick them up. I like the way this has 3 different sizes as well, and then this center stamen, I really like those. I saw another set that I'm thinking of buying from KS Craft. It's a whole set of stamen, and then there's some other greenery as well. I thought this was a great set of flowers, the different sizes, the 5 different sizes, and there's just something really pretty about this shape. Here's another set of flowers. I like the way this one comes with some leaves, and here's that spiral one that you can roll up, and then the 3 different flowers here. Here we also have some more flowers. They are, again, in 3 different sizes. I thought this was really cool. Let me take this out of the plastic. Okay, I thought this one was really cool with the word Halloween spelled in these cool letters, and I like the outstretched arms and the menacing face here. I just thought this was a really cool one. Here are some spider webs. I thought that these were great. The corner one, this larger one that could be stretched across something, this one with the spider hanging down, and here's one that can be used almost as like a little mini doily spider web. Here are some bats. I really, really love putting bats on my Halloween layouts, so I thought that this was fantastic. There's a lot of different choices of different sizes and different angles of bats. Here's another cemetery-related die set. This one has the fence, and I think that'll make another great die for Halloween. This is from KS Craft. They had these spider web frames in 2 different sizes. The sizes aren't really that different, but I thought that might actually be a good thing because I think that they could be layered on top of each other, maybe turned slightly. I'm not sure. I have to play around with it, but I really like KS Craft. I think they have some really nice dies, and I love this in the middle. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with that, but I think that that's really cool too. Here's another Halloween title, and then it has this frame with lots of ghosts and skeletons, some jack-o'-lanterns, and a spider. I realized just recently that I don't have number dies. I went to look for number dies, and I was thinking, how could I possibly not have number dies after all this time? But I didn't. I think I had found some really, really tiny numbers, but they were way too small, so I picked up some stitched number dies. Also has the hashtag, the exclamation point, and the question mark, which actually I think will come in handy. There's times I'm looking for those. I bought 2 of this leaf die set. I love it. It cuts out really well, and I really like the leaves that are cut out with this. So like I said, I got 2 of them, and I already opened up one and used it. I got these because I wanted to get a couple of sets of letter dies, and I like the way it had the die around the outside that will cut out a shadow. And then I didn't really need this, but I love stitched dies, and I thought this would go with the numbers just in case I ever needed the numbers to match with a font, so I picked these up too. Here is a peppermint die, and I love the way there are different sizes. That's awesome. Well, you could either just make the peppermint candy, or you could have the wrapper there as well. Here's a really pretty bow die. I thought that this was just a good thing to have on hand, just in case I wanted to get a little fancy. Here we have some steampunk. I love this flourish here. Another one up here, a little bit smaller. This film strip or movie film, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I thought that this would be a nice one because I like the way it's kind of on a curve. That's something a little bit different. These dies have lots and lots of tickets on them. There's a strip of tickets, there's a larger ticket, there are some smaller ones. Looks like there's some writing on them. Here's some popcorn, a movie reel, a star, a couple of stars actually. And I think this will be great for a lot of different purposes, not just for the movies, because tickets are always a great embellishment. I liked these scribbly lines with the stars on them. I thought that these would be great for maybe birthday layouts. I love confetti dies, and I thought that this would just be like a larger scale confetti kind of look. I got these 2 different dies, but obviously they are similar, different scales. We have the netting that you could use on a lot of summer or nautical related layouts. And I recently had a die cut from 49 in Market that was a net, and I have been looking for a similar shape ever since in a die. Here we have some pockets. I didn't have anything like this, so I thought that I would try these out. They were relatively inexpensive, and I like the way there are 3 different sizes. I think these might actually be nice, especially this large one, to put on the back of a scrapbooking layout. If you want to add any journaling to a tag, you can just tuck it in. I already showed you this one. This is the leaf die I bought 2 of. And then this one, I thought this was super, super cool. So this comes from Go-Go Craft. I love this little package that they put the die in, or the die set in, I should say. They give you a little set of sentiments, but then there are 3 different dies. I absolutely love this shape. This is another shape that 49 in Market has had something similar to in their embellishment packs, and I was really happy to see that this set was available, so I picked that up, and this one's probably my favorite. Next, I have some dies that I got at Tuesday morning before they closed their doors. They are totally closed in my area now, but I got this die because it had this border strip, and I liked the way you could stitch on this strip, so I picked that one up. It was $7.49. I think it was 10% off, but that's only about 74 cents off. But I wanted this one, and I saw it. I thought it'd be better just get it in person than to order it. And here's another die set that was $7.49, and these are both Memento brand. I thought this was a great label die. There's 8 different sizes, and I think that every once in a while I have a need for this, so I thought that this would be good to grab while I saw it. I haven't used this yet. I just got it recently. It's a Pink Fresh Studio die, and I saw some rosettes that people made with it. I thought it was kind of cool that the rosettes were in a circle rather than a long strip that has to be folded, and I was really excited to try this out. I couldn't get a hold of it when I first looked for it, but then I found that scrapbook.com had gotten it back in stock, so I grabbed one. So this one I'm looking forward to using and figuring out what those rosettes are going to look like. I'm looking forward to using all of them, but this one I'm really excited to see how that's going to look. Okay, I have seen many, many haul videos where people get dies from Dollar Tree, and actually all those videos that I saw were a really long time ago, but the first time I ever saw dies in the Dollar Tree was about 3 weeks ago, and this was the only, they might have had one other one, but I don't remember what it was. I didn't want to purchase it, but I purchased 3 of these because I absolutely love this shape. I use it all the time on my layouts, and I thought for $1.25, I would get 3 of them. It would make die cutting a lot faster because I usually use these in quantity. And then I also like these other leaf dies too. So I thought this was definitely a great buy for $1.25. Have to see how these cut out. Technique Tuesday is a company that I have ordered from for many years. I think they're really, or so it seems, very nice people. The owner is retiring, so whatever they have, that's what they're going to have. They're not going to make any more. So they still have plenty of product, it seems, and I think that these were a great buy. This one says happy birthday, and then there's a bunch of stars, like this little line here too. I also got this one. This says happy, and I love the way it has the die that you could cut out a shadow for it. I think that's so important with especially title dies. And then I thought this was cute too. These are stitched flowers, leaves. There's one of those kind of confetti pieces, a little swirl, an arrow. And I just thought that this was really cute, and it was a really good buy. These I got probably about 2 or 3 months ago. They had them in my Hobby Lobby for a while because they never marked them down past 40% off. I'm not a card maker, but I just love these stitched dies, so I thought that I might be able to cut this into an ornament shape. I'm not really sure, but I absolutely loved it. So sometimes when I really like something, even if I can't think of a use, I buy it anyway, and then if I love it enough, I find a use for it. And then I saw this on the website, but I didn't want to place an order for just one die, so I was happy to see it in Hobby Lobby, and I picked it up, and it was a good buy, $11.99. I feel like that's about what it would have been on the website if I had ordered it from there, and then I didn't have to pay for shipping. So it has the reindeer, and it has a whole bunch of Christmas type florals as well. These I got a while ago at Joann. I think maybe about December, so it's been a while now, but I had them on my die, the area that I keep my dies. I thought I would just throw them in. They were, I think, about 60 or 70% off, so I decided that I was going to pick them up. I love Halloween, so this is a witch with a cat. I feel like this cat is fabulous. I love the way the cat has its back arched and its mouth wide open. I thought it was awesome. I thought the witch was cool too, so I am looking forward to trying that out. And it's not too many pieces, which is something that I look for. If something is a whole bunch of pieces, I generally am not going to put it together, so I thought that this one would work for me. And then also this die with all the different cats. This was one of the dies he came out with this year. And even if I don't use it for Halloween, I feel like these cats could be used for a lot of different purposes. I just thought it was cute and very unique. I really can't remember the last time I ordered from HSN, but they had some dies and I really liked them, so I decided I was going to pick them up. They're Anna Griffin dies. I really like that style and thought I would try these out. Even if I don't try the Anna Griffin style, I think that these can still be used in a lot of ways with my scrapbooking, and I guess you could use them for card making as well. So this is a set of rectangular dies. Here are a set of 3 dies that have the very elaborate borders on them, and then it also came with these dies that are the same thing. They are 3 different sizes. You could layer them on top of each other. and I just thought they were really pretty, and they have such gorgeous examples. They can really hook you in there with all of the beautiful things they show you. But I thought about it for a while. I didn't buy it when they had the show because I feel like it's too exciting, you know, you get so roped in thinking you have to buy it right away. So I thought about it for a while, and then I decided I would pick it up. I waited about a week. It was on a weekly special, so I wanted to pick it up before it went off sale. And then this die set, I just think this is absolutely stunning. Another die set that could be used for so many different things. Hold on one second, I'll get it out of the package. Okay, so this is the first set of 3 dies, and this again has that outer die so you can cut a shadow, and I love the way they're really fancy, and I think you could use parts of the dies. I do that a lot with my border punches. I won't necessarily use the entire strip. Sometimes I'll just use part of it. If it's one of the bigger ones. And then this is the second set. I just love this look, and I love, like I said, Halloween layouts, and a lot of times I think that you can use these very ornate types of dies with Halloween. It has that kind of gothic look to it. So these were a little more expensive than I am used to paying for dies. I thought that it was worth it though. I'll have to try them out and see if they are worth all the hype. These are the dies I'm probably most excited about. I was at a crop and my friend Sue had this set of dies, and when I saw it, I was just in love. I love adding branches like these to floral clusters in my scrapbooking layouts, and I just had to have this die set. And she told me that you couldn't place an order directly on the website because they're in England. They don't ship to the United States by placing an order on the website, but if you contact the designer, Phil Martin's sister, she will help you place an order. I'll put the name of the Facebook group in the description box so that if you want to check out the Facebook group and get in touch with the company, you can. I just had to have these dies, so it was really not too bad. I emailed a list of the dies that I wanted. I looked on the website, and the website is, I think it's Honeybee Crafts. I'll put that in the description box as well. But in any case, they had a lot of nice dies, and I figured since I was having them sent over from England, I might as well get whatever I was interested in. So I actually got 2 sets of this berry branch die. Because I use such great quantities of these, I thought that it would make sense to have 2 sets just in case I lose one, or if I want to cut out multiple die cuts quickly. So I just love these. I've already used both packs of them. It's just something that I really love, but there are some other dies here as well. So here are some branch dies. And I thought these were really pretty, very realistic looking with the lines in them that emboss. Here's another branch die. I love the way there are, again, 4 of them, 2 small going in opposite directions and 2 larger, again, going in opposite directions. Here is a holly sprig or a holly branch. These are really nice sized dies. And of course, you can just cut these. If you just want a couple, you can just cut, you know, a couple. Or if you want the whole branch, you could leave the whole branch. I love these with the flourishes. These are holly flourishes. And that's what the die looks like. And these cut out really well. I only used that first die so far, but they cut out extremely nicely. And I thought this was very unusual. It's called a Lacelicious Elegance flower. I think that this is going to be a good one. I like all the different sizes. Layer on top of each other. They had quite a few flowers, but this was the one I liked the best. And then here's another set of branches. I thought this would be great for a lot of different things, but especially for some tropical scrapbook layouts that I'm thinking of making. So Sentimentally Yours, they make really lovely dies. I'm really excited to have found this die set. Thank you for all these die sets, and thank you so much to Sue for helping me to get in contact with them. So on that same scrapbooking weekend, I received this as a gift from my friend Nisi. It's a cute little bunny. I thought that was super cute. I love rabbits. I used to have a rabbit that I was absolutely in love with, and I just think this is super cute. I also bought some dies from the table they have where you can sell things that are in your stash at a very reasonable price, and these were all outrageously reasonable buys, but I just thought I would just quickly show you what this is. This is a Crafter's Companion set of tags and tickets, and I loved the tag. I love the stitched tag. This is a pretty tag too, a little oval one, and then here are some tickets over here, and a little arrow as well. And it was just a couple of bucks. It's amazing when people want to de-stash, they are willing to part with things for very reasonable prices, and everybody benefits. These next two are the Stamps of Life. They are dies and matching stamps. So those are the dies, and then these are the matching stamps. Okay, so these are the stamps, and they go with the dies, as you can see. And I love banners. I'm a real fan of banners. I don't really die cut and stamp too often, but I would like to try these out. This would be a good place to start. Thought that was a really cute set to pick up. And then this one is another set that has some flowers and some leaves. Here are, I guess, the stamen from the middle, and then there are stamps to go with this one as well. This is the Tropical 2 stamp and die set. So yeah, I wanted to try those out. This one also comes with some sentiments. I have no idea how old these are, if they're new or old or what, but I thought those were ones that I would definitely get use out of. And then I love getting title dies. This one says, Dreams, Inspire, and Believe. And then there are some stamps over here as well. Next, I want to show you the Spellbinders dies that I got. I purchased them in 2 different orders. This was from a sale. The second haul that I got is from a warehouse sale that they recently had. These dies are probably from about 3 months ago, I would say, but I noticed that when I was buying dies during the warehouse sale, they had a lot of the same dies still available. I have a real interest in the stitch dies that they have. They have quite a few, and I bought a number of them, and not all of them, but I bought a few of them because I thought they were really cool. So this first one is a stitched medallion, and I thought this would be great in a background. These could kind of be linked together in a background. I thought that would look really cool, so I thought I would give this a try. This is a die that cuts out a whole bunch of this shape, so you can combine them to make these little shapes. And it looks like it's a little bit tedious, but I thought if I cut out a number of different colors using this, and then I switched the die cut pieces around, I could maybe more easily put together some cool colorful shapes. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, but that was my thought. So that's this shape, and then another very similar type of die, just a slightly different shape. And then here's yet another one. I just thought these were good things to have in my stash. And even this background die, I think that this one will contain all these little pieces. I thought that that would be good to have as well. Here's yet another one. This is more of a teardrop shape. And again, I think this would be kind of cool to create some backgrounds or some accent pieces. Here's another stitched die. I think this is so pretty. I love the way the flower is stitched. There's a smaller flower, some leaves. Really pretty. I think that could be a really beautiful die. And I think that's the stitched medallion in the background. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be combining them, but I thought it was really cool. This one is, I guess, supposed to come out of a mailbox. I really wasn't interested in that aspect of it, but I did like these individual dies. I love the candy cane. There's a very tiny peppermint. There's a pine branch, the berries, and here are the individual berries, some holly leaves, a bow, some stars. So I thought lots of really great shapes that I could get a lot of use out of. This is a peach blossom. I think this one was $1 or $2, very inexpensive, but I thought I could use these as stamen for the centers of flowers, if nothing else. I also like the branch too, though. And then here's another one of these dies. I'm not sure if I ordered two by accident or if they sent me two. I really don't know, but I could see why I would order two, because if I want to cut out multiples of something like pine branches, it's nice to have another die. Here's another one of those stitching dies. So I just thought that was super cool. Thought that would be a cool border on something. Here's a Christmas tree die. Again, the stitched one. I just thought that would be really neat to include in a layout. I love stitching. I'm not much of a stitcher other than on paper, but I do love stitching paper. This one was gorgeous. I love this snowflake die. I thought that would be really pretty on a winter or a holiday layout. And then this is another one that I just thought is so gorgeous, so pretty. Look at that. I love this piece that can be layered on top, and then in the centers you can, and either end, you can do some stitching. And they also come with this branch and this branch, which I also really like as well. Here are some holly sprigs, a little bit different than those Sentimentally Yours holly sprigs. These are more straight, but I thought those were pretty too. Here are a whole bunch of dies that I thought I could get a lot of use out of. More pine branches, some flowers, poinsettias, and then there are some cattails in there. I think that's a great one to have. So lots and lots of cool things. Some have to be pieced together. I'm not much of a paper piecer, but I think that I could use a lot of these various elements. Here we have some winter evergreen foliage and ladybugs. I thought those were really cool to use, and some really, really tiny ladybugs. Not sure if I'll use those, but you never know when you need something like that. But I definitely thought that the branches were really useful. And then this is a set of diamond cutting dies, and I definitely love to make backgrounds that have different shapes in them. Love to make scrapbook layouts like that, so I thought that would be a good one to have. There's 12 different dies there. And then here's another one that I really love. This one has some hexagons. I thought that these would look cool on a scrapbook layout. I was thinking more of using the individual pieces than the strips, but I'll have to see what happens once I start using it. Here's another one that's kind of similar. Some diamonds. These, I'm sorry, I didn't mention, these are all can be layered on top of each other. I have some triangles from Spellbinders that are layered on top of each other, and they are really, really cool. I really like them. You can cut each layer out in a different color and or pattern, and layered on top of each other, they have a really nice look. So that's why I like those so much. This is the same thing. This is though with diamond shapes. I'm looking forward to trying those out. I purchased this die so that I could use it with a photo in the center. I know it's made for cards, but I definitely think this would look really beautiful as a frame for a photo. And then there's another smaller frame on the inside, some flowers as well. This is called Romantic Rose. Here are some elegant ovals. And once again, I was thinking I could put a picture on the inside of that. I've been loving oval pictures lately, so I thought this would be perfect for that. And there are various sizes down to this really nice tiny little frame. I don't know that I would put a picture in there, but I could see using that on a layout. And these are all great if you're a card maker. I feel like they're probably more geared toward card making. Here are some other ovals, a different edge. These are in really nice size, and I could see using those in so many different ways. Here's another elaborate die that I think would be great to put a picture in the center of, but I'm sure it could be used lots of different ways. There are also some flowers and leaves, and then this smaller die in the center, or actually it's more than one die in the center. And then it was funny, I saw this one in Hobby Lobby and I picked it up for a friend of mine, but I didn't pick it up for myself because it's a slimline card die. But then I was thinking that these circles are the same as those other shapes that you could layer on top of each other. So when I saw that it was on clearance at Spellbinders, I picked one up for myself. Everything here was purchased from the latest Spellbinders warehouse sale. I think you can get some really great buys during those sales. I have a lot of dies, but I also have some other items mixed in. I thought I would just show you those as well. So the first items I got were these die cut packs. I had recently purchased a Christmas themed die cut pack from Spellbinders. I was very happy with it. I thought that the images were really nice and it was a good value. So I decided that I would also purchase these two die cut packs. This is an Under the Sea Magic pack. This is a party hat and streamers pack. And I am sorry that you can't see all the dies that are in here, but they looked very pretty and there's a lot in here. So I thought I would give these a try. I think they were maybe $2 a pack and I thought that was a good value. So whenever I see butterflies, I love buying them. I love the way in this set there were all different sizes and I like that about them. I also thought that this one in particular would be kind of cool to use with a Halloween layout. So I picked this up. It was very reasonably priced. This pack is so pretty, this pack of alphabet stickers. I wanted to get a couple because I always like to buy alphabet stickers in multiples, just because if you use up a lot of one letter, it seems like the whole pack is kind of shot. So I like to have at least two, but I couldn't add more than one to my cart, so I had to be happy with this one. I think they're a great size, and I love the way there are a lot of numbers as well. I feel like I use the numbers a lot. I just ordered one of these. If I had known how beautiful these were, I might have ordered more than one. Sometimes you can't really tell from looking at the website, but these are really, really pretty. They're look like they're acetate butterflies. They are layered, so there's a butterfly image on the bottom and then the wings are folded on top. I think those are so pretty. This first die is a pine cone and evergreen bough with ladybugs die. I have to admit that I don't think I'll ever make the pine cones. I'll probably use those other dies where you could just cut out the pine cone in one shot, but I did like the idea of having more pine branches, and there are 3 of them on this one. And then also the little ladybugs. Here we have winterberry and mistletoe, and this would be great for winter layouts. I just love having all different options of different florals and branches and leaves. I think that they add so much to layouts. I like this oval, especially because you can stitch on it. So there's the slightly larger one, then the smaller one inside, and then I like the way there was a little border strip. And I think that this could probably be layered and extended to make a longer strip. I like the way you can use the border die to cut out a separate shape, or you could just use it if you want to just make the impression without cutting out the whole shape. I think that that's always helpful, probably especially for card makers. This stitched color wheel die, I kind of blew it on this because there was a matching stamp set that I forgot to order, but I do still have an idea for this color wheel. I was thinking that because it's a stitch die, you could stitch it with different colors and then create a background. I'll have to try that out. Of course, it would have been better if I bought the sentiments because these really won't be useful, but I do think that I'll get some use out of this. So clearly this set of dies is meant to go along with something else, this slider bar, but I like the idea of having a ice cream die and a cupcake die. I also like the heart and the candle. More butterflies, set of butterfly dies. I liked the way on this set they have the centers with the head and the body of the butterfly. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, so I thought that would be a good one to pick up. And then this die was a $1. Oh, here, there's two of them. I ordered two of them because it was $1, and I use leaf dies so frequently that I thought it would be worth picking up two. I love the way there's these separate leaves that you could layer on top. In the front, they show branches that are all different colors. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I think that was a great buy. Here's a wreath builder. I doubt I will build a wreath with it, but I do like some of these very petite branches and flowers. This says, be bold, punctuation, and more. Oh, I thought these might be a little bit larger than this, but actually it's kind of a good thing to have this size. This can go along with some letter stickers. I'm sometimes looking for punctuation marks that are not included in letter sets, so I thought this was good to have on hand. Here's a bow die. This is kind of a plain bow die, but I thought this would be a good thing, again, to have this on hand if I wanted to make some bows, and it was very inexpensive. It might have been $1 or $1 or $2. Then here are these badge labels. These were very inexpensive, and I thought that they were just a cool shape. I'm not really sure what exactly I'm going to use it for, but I really liked it, so I thought that it was a good value. There are 6 dies in here. I love paisley. My mom used to love paisley so much, so I always think of her when I see paisley, but I like it myself. I think that it's really pretty. Years and years ago, I bought a Creative Memories punch that was a paisley shape, but it wasn't nearly as intricate and beautiful as this die set. So when I saw this, I just had to pick it up. This one is a stamp. I don't really stamp images and then I color them in. I usually use stamps for backgrounds of scrapbooking layouts, and I thought this would be really cool to use. I love the way there's this flourish in the middle and then there's this kind of crackling around the outside. I just thought this would be a great stamp to pick up. I'm looking forward to trying that out. Here's a nice fall set. I really liked the pumpkin the most. I thought that was really cool. And then there's also this, I don't know if it's like a little window. I guess it could be a window. And then there are some other branches and the acorn. I really like that acorn. So I grabbed that one. Here are some circle dies that you can layer on top of each other. I thought I could put a photo in the center. It's 3 different borders. Or they're the same, but they are 3 different sizes. Here is a border that you could stitch on, and I was thinking that this could be extended perhaps by layering it at the end and then stitching through both layers just in one section. I have to try that out, but I thought that was just so pretty. Here are some stitched leaf dies. I don't think you have to have the holes already punched for you if you want to stitch on a die cut, but it's just really handy to have them already there for you. So I thought that this would be a great one to pick up since I use so many leaves, and it also has some sentiments as well. So this die is definitely meant for cards more than scrapbooking layouts, but I just loved it. So I thought that I would find a use for it. So this is another one of those dies that layers on top of each other, and I think that it's just really neat. So I was thinking maybe I could make a border going through a scrapbooking layout if I extend it a little bit. We'll see. And it also has this border on the side. Thought that was cool too. This was kind of a last minute purchase. I put this in the cart. It's so cool. It's an Easter egg. It has this beautiful flourish in the center. It was very reasonably priced, so I picked that one up. Here's another one of those stitched die sets. I love the border. It's absolutely beautiful. And again, I hope that I can extend it so it could go across a page. I like the way there was this Christmas tree that's similar to the other Christmas tree I showed you earlier. I think it's nice to have 2 different sizes on a page, not just have one size, you know, on a scrapbook layout page. And then I thought this was beautiful as well. So I was really excited to see that one. I wanted to have a floral set that was dies and stamps. I don't really have too many of those. I showed you some others that I picked up secondhand, but I thought that this was a very nice set because there are not just flowers, there are also some branches, and I thought I would give it a try. I wanted to use this for a frame, and I thought that instead of having this sentiment in the middle, I could put a photo. I like the flourishes and the heart on the top and the bottom. This looks really cute with the flowers added. And then this is another one of those slimline dies that I think if you are a card maker, you can make some really gorgeous cards using this. This is probably my favorite. I love this. I love, love, love this background piece, but I also love these pieces. That's what I would be using, and I'm looking forward to trying those out with different colors of cardstock and then layering them on top of each other. Here's another slimline die. Again, great for card makers. It's kind of interesting the way these hexagons are not equal on each side, but I think that these are going to be really nice in the background. And then finally, the last item isn't a die, it is a stencil. It's one of those layering stencils. So first you would put down this image and then you could layer these shapes on top of it, and I think the dot as well. And then you would get this pattern that's over here. And I don't ever remember using a layering stencil, or a layered stencil, so I thought I would try that out. I think that's everything, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave a comment. I love hearing from you. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.